thank you for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to be creating a Glampire makeup look. So it's basically a vampire, but a glamorous one. I didn't really want to go down the scary route, doesn't feel like me, so I thought I'd do a little bit more of what I would imagine a glamorous vampire to look like. So that is what I'm going to be creating today. Let's get into it. So I'm just going to start by clipping my hair back to keep it off my face whilst doing the makeup. So I'm just going to do a little bit of skin prep, and I'm going to use the Garnier Rose Soothing Glow Mist to do that. So I just want to get some hydration in my skin. And now I'm going to move on to eyes. So I imagine a glamorous vampire to have really dark with maybe some kind of purple or red tone in there. That's just the vibe that I'm getting when I think about a glamorous vampire. So to prep the eye area, I'm going to use the P. Louise base, and this is in shade 2, and I'm just going to put that on with my concealer brush as usual. So I'm a little bit late getting this up. I actually wanted to get this up a couple of weeks in advance, just to give people a chance to get some ideas or order any products that you might need. However, the products that I am using in this video, obviously aside from the makeup products, the actual Halloween section of it, you can literally get from your local shops. So you can get them from like Home Bargains. I saw them in Poundland the other day, very similar ones. So they are easy things to get your hands on. But also the stuff that I did order, I got some of it off eBay. And it did come really quickly, so hopefully you will have time to order anything if you do like this video or if you get any inspiration from it. The reason I wanted to do a vampire look was because I wanted to make sure that it was sort of something that anyone could probably do. So I didn't want to make it too complicated, like who's going to sit and spend 3 hours on Halloween makeup this year when you're probably not really going to be going anywhere anyway. To show anyone. But I didn't want to just not do any Halloween makeup looks. It's my first year on YouTube and I really wanted to do this, so that's why I'm doing it. Thought it'd be really fun. So I'm going to go start down the purple route, and I'm going to take the Me, Myself and My Mitchell palette, and I'm going to take shade Motto, which is this purple shadow here. And this is a really pretty shadow. It's very dark, very pigmented. I'm going to pick up a little bit at a time and start putting that into my crease. I think on the actual eyelid I'm going to do black, so I just wanted some kind of colour around the edges so that it's not just black. I'm just taking the Morphe M453 brush and I'm just putting that into the crease. So this is just a bit of a big fluffy blending brush, and we're just going to put that sort of edging up to the eyebrow, but obviously we're not going to go all the way up. So this look is going to be very dark on the eyes, but I just wanted to make sure that I got a little bit of something to blend it out. So is anyone actually doing anything for Halloween this year? I mean, it's hard, isn't it? Like, there's not really a lot of things that you can do. And I don't even think kids are allowed to go trick-or-treating, which is a bit shit, really. So as I mentioned, we're going to do black on the eyes. So I'm going to take Mafia from the Mitchell palette, and it's just literally a plain black shadow. And I'm just going to take it on this flat Urban Decay brush, and I'm just going to start pressing that onto the eyelid. This is why I do the skin last the majority of the time when I'm doing anything with any sort of super pigmented or colourful looks on the eye, just in case we do get any fallout, it doesn't ruin the face makeup. So I'm just focusing it on the actual lid. I'm not taking it too far into the crease because I'm going to blend it into the crease and I don't want it to go too far up. This black is a really, really pretty pigmented black. So I'm just going to keep going back and forth into the black and patting it onto the lid. So now we've got the black on, I'm just going to take a blending brush. I'm going to dip it into Motto, and then I'm going to start blending that black into the purple. So again, I'm not going to take this up too far. I don't want the whole eye to be black. Otherwise, we're just going to look like we've got a black eye. So I'm just putting it into Motto to try and make sure that that black blends out really nicely, and I'm just trying to focus it really close to the actual crease. I don't want to lose that purple shadow that I've already put down. I've become a little bit obsessed with vampires from recently starting Vampire Diaries. My friend Holly got me onto it and I love it. Like, I literally love it so much I can't stop watching it. I have literally watched maybe like 2 seasons in the last week. and I'm pretty sure there's like 20 episodes in a season, so that is probably slightly unhealthy. However, it's winter, there's not really much else to do, and I work all day, so I feel like I deserve a little bit of TV time in the evening. Probably a bit too much TV time, but oh well. So now we've got those shadows on, I'm going to apply some lashes. And for lashes, I'm going to go with some very extreme ones just because I feel like we can go over the top. It's Halloween, it's the time to do it. So these are the Tatti Lashes TL25s, and these are very big, very full lashes, but like I said, it's the time to do it. I'm just going to use the Duo Lash Glue, and I'm going to pop this on and let it get a little bit tacky before I put them on. I prefer the squirty Duo Lash Glue. I bought this one because I liked the applicator, because the squirty one, the nozzle gets blocked sometimes with the glue, and I just found I was wasting a lot of product. However, this glue isn't as good as the original Duo one, which is a shame because it would have been perfect if it was the same formula, but it's not. So just put it in place with my fingers. And then I'm going to use the tweezers to adjust. Lashes take a little bit of getting used to. I'm not going to lie, they're very big. And so now I'm just going to wipe away that fallout before I continue. So now we're going to move on to face makeup, and I'm going to start off with the Illamasqua Hydravale Primer. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that onto my ring finger and distribute that onto my face. Okay, so with it being a vampire look, I obviously am going to have to do a little bit of more like pale skin, just because I love bronzy skin. I love warm, bronzy, beautiful, glowy skin. Vampires, however, don't tend to be very warm because obviously, as we all know, they're not allowed in the sun. So I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, but in shade 100, so it's a lot paler than my usual one. Usually I use 220. Sometimes I have to lighten that up a little bit, but yeah, this is going to be pale. So I'm just going to put that on with this fluffy brush, and I don't think I would ever see the day that I would try and make myself look pale, but we're doing it. Just bring it down my neck a little. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer, and this is in shade Fair Warms. This is a very pale concealer, not my usual kind of colour, but this foundation colour is not my usual kind of colour. And I'm just going to put that onto the under eye. To set the under eye, I'm going to use the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. So this I don't use that often, just because I feel like it does leave a slightly sort of white cast to the face. First setting powder with a little bit of colour to it, but this is going to be perfect for this makeup look. So I'm just going to tap my powder puff into that and then use it to set that concealer. I think even vampires probably wouldn't want creased under eyes, so we're going to set. At this moment in time, I feel more like a ghost than a vampire. But we're not finished yet, so bear with me. I'm envisioning like a glamorous vampire. I always imagine them with like really chiseled cheekbones. So I'm going to use my Anastasia Contour Cream kit, and this is in the shade Light. I'm using a mixture of these two shades here just to literally give myself really, really defined cheeks. So as you can see, I just feel like, I don't know, just feel like they've got really a good bone structure. So this is just creating that nice shadow, and then ever so slightly do the very, very top of my forehead just to add a little bit of dimension to the look, like so. So for blush, I'm going to use the Lottie London blush in shade Serene. So this is pink, but there is actually a darker side to it because it's an ombre blush. So I'm going to use that, and we're just going to put that onto the cheeks, like so. And then we're going to blend that out. Obviously vampires don't go in the sun, so they're not going to have bronzed faces, but they can have a bit of flush to them. So I'm going to do the under eye now, and I'm just going to put on some eyeliner. So this is the Wet n Wild Colour Icon eyeliner, and this is just the black Baby's Got Black, and I'm just going to put that onto my waterline. And now for some shadow on the under eye. So I'm going to take Motto, which was the purple shade that we started with, and I'm just going to take it on this Morphe JH42 brush and put that on the under eye. So now I'm going to move on to brows, and I'm going to use the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. As always, this is what I always use. I am just going to sort of brush my brow hairs up and give them a little bit more of a fluffy effect. I'm just going to create some hair strokes by pushing the product on and upwards, just to give the illusion of a nice fluffy brow. And then I'm just going to take some of the Maybelline Precise Brow Fibre Filler, and I'm just going to brush them hairs up to keep them in place. I'm just going to pop some mascara on. I'm using the Kat Von D Go Big or Go Home mascara. This is the one that I got in my Glossy Box Advent Calendar. I did initially buy a like really deep red colour to do my lips for this look, but I lost it. I don't know where it's gone. So instead we're going to use, I don't know if this is going to work, this lip liner. Yeah. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible lip liner, and this is in shade... No shade. There isn't a shade to this. So this is just a really dark brown shade, but it has purple undertones. So instead of a red shade one, I'm going to go with a little bit more of like a purpley toned colour. So this is the NYX Liquid Suede, and this is in shade 04. That looks a tiny bit more like a brownie red actually, which I'm not mad about. And over the top of that, I'm going to use a NYX Butter Gloss, and that is in shade Praline. And then as a setting spray, I'm just going to use the Primark Sunset Bean Coconut Primer Water, but I just use this to sort of melt everything together. Now we're actually going to try and do the vampire bit, and I've got some fangs. So I've got some vampire fangs, and it says that it comes with dental adhesive. I've never used these before, so we're just going to, let's have a look. Oh, you've got to get boiling water. Right, let's read the instructions, because I thought you would just stick these on, to be honest. So I've just tried to do the glue for these, but for some reason I can't do it. So I'm going to try and balance them in. Can't stop laughing. I think you're supposed to put them on your tooth while the glue's warm. Okay, so we've got the blood, and I'm just going to take some on a little brush and dip it down the sides of my mouth. So we're just going to have it like that, and I'm going to let it run, if possible, like that. Come on, you can do it. So I'm just squeezing the tube, putting it onto the brush, and letting it drop onto my face. Now, the blood is optional. You wouldn't need to use the blood, but I wanted to use it just to try and get it a little bit more scary. That doesn't taste good. I hope you can get that in your mouth. It doesn't say not to. So I feel like the fangs were a little bit of a fail, just because I can't get the glue to work. But I do feel like the glue that came in it is now rock solid because it's gone hard. Do I want that on my teeth? Is that safe? I mean, it is dental adhesive. Now I've got blood all over my fingers, like a real vampire. Let's try again. Definitely recommend investing in some decent fangs, because these are not it. So thank you for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Overall, like, the makeup look is, I like it. I really like it. I think that it's something that if you are not into like the really scary stuff, you can just do a really dark eye like this, sort of make your face a little bit more pale and add a little bit of blood. So I am going to see what it looks like adding a little bit of extra blood, like all around the mouth, because on Vampire Diaries they don't just have a, well, they do sometimes have like a little bit, but sometimes when they've just eaten someone's neck, they usually have it sort of everywhere. So I'm going to try that and see how that looks and take a few pictures. But yeah, that is the end of the makeup tutorial. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you here again very soon. Thank you. Let me feel your love again, 'cause I've been running round in circles screaming out your name.